Welcome back to the Twin Elm Rugby Park in Richmond, Ontario for this Eastern Ontario Rugby Union First Division clash between first and second place. There's referee Kevin Werven set to get this game underway between the Kingston Panthers in sort of brown with yellow trim and yellow numbers, the Indians in Ottawa red, white and black. Josh Green set to get this underway, and the kick. The Indians inside the 22. Dave Thompson, our man to watch, player to watch at the top of the show. And you can see, give him possession of the football, Rob Turk, and he's going to be a wall to bring down.
Oh, they're going to have a long day in the brown and gold there. He is going to be a force.
Kingston in brown, and they're controlling. Number 4, Shane Badley, drives the ball inside the Indians' 22. Josh Green in, and he'll score. Touches the ball down directly in front of the posts, and the Panthers have a 5-0 lead.
That was a great play by Josh Green. Very experienced, very quick player. And we'll watch here a little give and go, dummy go, and takes it to the house. Great try.
So Josh Green with the try, and virtually untouched from about 15 meters out. He goes in to give the Kingston Panthers a 5-0 lead, and he will attempt to convert it. So Green, in the last time he was at this pitch, had to be taken out at the tail end of the first half with a leg injury. But he's in here, and he chips that one through. So it's Josh Green 7, the Ottawa Indians no score.
And I think we're going to see Green continue to control the play. That's their go-to player in terms of setting up the plays and looking to get it outside to their speedy Mike Wong. But great play by Josh, and really the start that Kingston's looking for.
Indeed, they didn't waste any time inside the first minute of play here in this championship preview, if you will. The Kingston Panthers in first, the Indians in second in Bardon Division, and a mistake there by the Panthers on the kickoff goes right to the Indians, and they move the ball inside the Kingston 22. Thompson drives the shoulder through. Ball comes loose again. Duncan Shepard with it. Tries to move forward. They try the blind side.
We can see now that the Indians really trying to control the pace of the ball, hit up their big players.
And a big wrap up there into the middle, flipping. But Jamie Benn just wrapped up his man and flipped him over his body as he turned. So we've got a kick at goal here by the Indians inside the 22, and it looks like Jason Duff is going to handle those chores for these Ottawa Indians, and they're going to try and get on the board and I guess get 3 back, 3 of the 7 that Kingston opened the scoring with back here.
Yeah, referee just calling offside there, encroaching on that line which you can't go over, and it's a tough one for Kingston, right in front of the post.
Duff isn't going to have a better opportunity. Gets it up, and it hits the left upright.
Play on.
And that ball kicked into touch. Swept away there by Trevor Snyder, but an opportunity missed for the Ottawa Indians here.
And the way Kingston's playing, who knows how many of those opportunities they're going to get, so we need to capitalize those ones, especially in front of the post.
Duff got down on it, but again, with the breeze blowing, as Duff looked at the posts from right to left, and reasonably fresh as well, maybe the wind had some play on that kick. The Maul moves toward the Kingston try line as the Indians but a meter out. Here's Thompson, make that Shepard, number 10. Tries to drive the ball through. Thompson, the flip out there for the number 8, Chris Barrett wearing number 4 jersey, and Kevin Werven calling things, and it looks like it's going to be a 5-meter scrum. No, it's going to be a free kick here. He's calling them together.
So we have a penalty against the Indians. For once you're on the deck, when you're on the floor with the ball, you must release it. He took too much time to pass it up to his player. Penalty for Kingston.
And Green will kick this into touch on the full and get the line out and alleviate the pressure. But he doesn't get the ball out. Scooped up there by number 7, Alan Miller. Miller out for Steve Dorkin. There's number 9, Scott McLeish, and McLeish drives through. And the wall forms as Kingston converges quickly. Green takes it right off the restart, gets to midfield, and is quickly wrapped up by the Indians. So Kingston averting an offensive score by the Indians here, and that pass thrown right to the Indians. They start out. McLeish gets it out. Shepard chips it all the way down, and Mike Wong Jr. after it. That rolls into the Kingston zone, and it'll be a 22-meter dropout.
And that's the second time that Kingston has done that dummy fake at the scrum and found space. So on the other end, the Indians are going to have to tighten up around the breakdown.
Mike Wong, we talked about him at the top of the show, a tremendous threat on the outside. And when Josh Green went out of the last game that the Kingston Panthers played here on the stadium pitch at Twin Elm, Wong went in, handled all the kicking chores, and did very, very well, converting 2 tries and scoring 2 himself as well.
Come on, wait to get his space. Let's go.
So the scrum right at the Kingston 22. And Scott McLeish, it'll be a scrum for the Indians, and McLeish will set the ball in. Sides are engaged, the ball is in, and it's out. Duff flips that one out, and here's a good run by Johnny Van de Wint. Van de Wint about 5 meters out, drops it. McLeish out for Barrett. Barrett looking for Abrams. Abrams can't get it through. They try to go wide. Mike Wade quickly wrapped up by the Panthers. McLeish again tries the right side. Barrett flips that out for Dorkin. Dorkin for Van de Wint, and he's in. Johnny Thunder Van de Wint gets the try for the Indians, and they're 2 points away from tying this thing up.
And they've just applied pressure, and they're going to be very happy with this. As we can see, quick ball from Thompson, great pass, draws a defender, and 13 Van Wyn goes in for the try. They're going to be happy with that.
So Duff will attempt this on the angle. Remember, the wind blowing right to left as you see the posts. So Duff may have to allow for a bit of a wind turn here. The extra point, Duff sweeps it through. Beautiful kick by Jason Duff to tie it up. And these Indians, these Ottawa Indians, are really showing their stuff. Kingston scored early, but they come back.
And that's a sign of a good team, to be scored on and be able to bounce back, control the play, put the points on the board.
Duff with a great conversion, making it 7 apiece.
And that sort of makes up for that one right in front of the post that they couldn't get through. So they'll be happy.
They'd have a 10-7 lead now.
That's right. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them.
But Duff started that one out about 5 yards wide of the right post, and the wind and the natural turn in his swing, in the swing of his leg, brought that ball back in beautifully. So from about 35 meters out on the angle, Duff makes it 7 apiece, and the Indians have possession once again, but Kingston trying to push the maul. Play blown. Referee Kevin Werven right there, and he's going to make sure that these two sides, with the humidity here, don't get too heated up emotionally, because that can get the better of you, as we've seen in the past. A couple of red cards resulted in ejections, and when a player's ejected, you don't get him back for the rest of the match.
You don't, and that was a tough break for the Blues last game, and it hurts when you're playing a man or two down.
Green set the ball in, but Wervin didn't like something, and it's a free kick penalty awarded to the Ottawa Indians. McLeish flips it out. Shepard for number 6. That's Mike Wade. Lovely run up the middle. Miller loses control as the ball is punched out of his hands by Josh Green.
Yeah, great defensive play by Green there. He's composed on offense and defense. They got the ball back.
Green flips that out. Number 15, David Cameron, out for Mike Wong. Wong tried to feed that one out for number 21, Lou Patosha.
Just a little miscommunication there on Kingston's side, and looks like they got a knock on and turnover back to the Indians.
Jack Black, number 21 for Kingston. And Wong had him. That was a good illustration of Mike Wong's speed there on the outside. He hit the hole, but they didn't have numbers on, and the Indians had more numbers defensively out there on that left side, so it didn't allow Wong the kind of room he needs to use that speed. Tried to feed Black on the pitch on the outside, but Black couldn't handle it.
That's right. They're going to be looking to continue and get that ball out to him, because he is their go-to guy and their threat on the outside.
Shepard. Quick hit for Van de Wint once again. But that held up by the Kingston Panthers. Big, nice tackle there by Erickson as he wrapped up his man perfectly. Duff with the chip goes all the way down into the Kingston goal, and Josh Green touches it down on another 22-meter drop here.
And the Indians aren't going to be happy with that. They're playing very well, structured, and to kick the ball away like that and turn over possession, it's not what you want to be doing when you get into that red zone.
There's Josh Green. And Green with the multicolored socks. Everybody else on the side wearing black.
I guess you do what you got to do to stand out.
Ball picked up there by Ben Latta. Chipped up, Scott Dennis from Mike Wong. Wong couldn't handle the kick. That ball certainly knocked on. It was the Indians on the advantage there and weren't able to take advantage of the advantage. So the ball moves just inside the 10-meter line. And it will be a scrum for the Indians here as they have come back. And there's a look at some of the faithful here at the stadium pitch at the Twin Elm Rugby Park, and a wonderful venue for rugby here out in Richmond.
Oh, it really has, and the management team here done a wonderful job. As we mentioned earlier, the grass is in fantastic condition. A great day to play rugby.
McLeish flips that out. Shepard with another chip. Takes an Indians bounce, stays in. Jack Black couldn't make a play, just desperate to sweep that away, and it rolls into touch.
And again, we see a kick away by the Indians. I guess that is part of their tactical play, both trying to be tactical. But it's not working out in their favor as so far.
Hey, here we are. On my outside, Bear. On my outside.
So, line out here for the Indians. Just a couple of meters out, looking to score on a set piece and take a lead there, which would be their first of this match against a very, very tough Kingston side who lead the Indians in first place by 13 points. Indians win the line out, try to move that maul toward the try line. And they're successful in doing it. Can they touch it down as the scrum, that maul starts to wheel a little? Ball comes out. McLeish for Shepard. Shepard tried to feed that one in. That's Ben Latta, who couldn't move the ball forward. Tried to advance it. And we've got another stoppage here as Van de Wint and all kinds of bodies, including Dave Thompson, just falling down. And we've got an injured Indian here, and I think it is Ben Latta, number 12.
Referee just calling a penalty there for pushing the ball back in the scrum. You can't have your hands in that even if you are attacking.
So another opportunity missed by the Indians here. Hitting the upright on a free kick from just outside the 22. Josh Green kicks that one into touch on the full, and it will be a line out for Kingston. Ram Severino, number 14, dishes off. And there you see Ben Latta, injured on that last play, but Sweet Lou, they call him.
Sweet Lou indeed, and he's played well so far, and will be key to Indian success when they get in that red zone again.
Joe, break away, get up, get up, get up. Release the ball. There we go, there we go, there we go.
Kevin Werven blowing play down.
So we got a holding on call on the defense, and it looks like they're going to take another shot at post.
There's Mike Wade, tough man to bring down. So now Jason Duff, familiar with the wind, missed on his first penalty kick or penalty goal attempt by hitting the upright. Will try it from the right side again. He missed on a he made on a much more acute angle in his conversion attempt on the try by Johnny Van de Wint. But this will give the Indians a 10-7 lead should Duff be able to put it through. Gets the turn on it, and it goes through just inside the right post, much to the delight of the Indians supporters.
That's a great strike. He's going to be very happy with that. The exact same position, feeds it right to left with a little curve, and what a wonderful shot.
So the Indians take a 10-7 lead here as Duff puts it through from about 33 meters out. And Jason Duff with a wonderful conversion, and that penalty goal gives him 5 points on the game thus far. 5 of the 10 the Indians have scored. They lead 10-7 as you see Josh Green get set to kick this ball away. Green's kick, nice and high. Some confusion between Indians there. Results in a possession for Kingston. Green sets the ball out. Graham Akesley. Pixley couldn't make a play. Green tried to feed it out for Erickson. That knocked down, and the ball's called and knocked on. It'll move all the way back out. And what's the call here, Rob?
Yeah, the referee's has called for detaching, as we see the referee put his arm out and just too quick on the ruck. So Kingston's going to look to take advantage here. They haven't been down here that often. When they have been down here, they've made the most of it.
And they're trying to go for the try as Green kicks the ball into touch on the full. It'll be a line out here for Kingston, about 12 or 13 meters out from the Indians' try line. And how quickly things change. It was not that long ago that the Indians were pressing about 3 or 4 meters out on the Kingston try line, and no sooner does Duff convert on his penalty goal that things have moved down and momentum has switched as Kingston goes on the attack here. And you know that they've been very, very successful in this position all season long.
Absolutely, they're first place for a reason. I think we'll see it here.
But they're unable to maintain possession on the line out. And Chris Warner, number 6, gets rolled over by the Indians. McLeish sets it out. Duff kicks that one into touch inside the 22.
Kingston are going to get another opportunity here. Let's see what they do with it.
And set piece is certainly important to any success that any rugby side has, but it's really been influential in the success of these Kingston Panthers. They have used it to their advantage time and time again. So in their training this week, did the Indians work on these set pieces and work on specific techniques that Kingston might have?
Oh, I'm sure they would have. And as we see right there, defensively, they're very strong in their countering. So on our line out there, it was a steal, and they would have been working on that all training.
This time, the Indians are successful. Duff gets the ball into touch on the full, and that ball rolls beyond the fence and onto Twin Elm Road. As Mike Wong decides he's not going to go and get it and climb a fence. Actually, apparently he is. So Wong goes over the fence, and both teams, at least the Panthers, are going to take advantage and get some hydration. And the Indians certainly not taking advantage of this. And with the humidity being what it is out here, you'd think that they'd want to get as much hydration as quickly as possible, because that's when cramping begins to set in.
Exactly. It's been a tough game so far, and this is a real opportunity for both teams to hydrate and refocus and make the adjustments they need to. So it's an advantage to both teams.
Panthers will control here as Mike Wong takes his time getting back, and both sides will use this break to gather themselves, rest a little, and that minute that it took will be added to the half at the end of 40 minutes. Again, Kingston lineout results in an Ottawa Indians possession. On the far side, Dennis flips it out, and again, the Indians having problems with their passing. They got it outside of their own zone, but classic case of looking where you're going before you catch the ball.
That's right. They had numbers there. They had the support, which is a good thing, but got to hold on to that ball. Might be a little bit slippery, but it's key.
So the scrum takes place right at the Indians' 10-meter line. Josh Green out of the scrum. Green takes a couple of boots scraped across his forehead. And Kingston continues to move. Green gets it out for Pixley. Pixley for Erickson, the back pass for Pixley. Here's Ram Severino, wrapped up there by Steve Dorkin, number 11. Kingston again, Green chips that down, picked up by McLeish. McLeish finds some room and gets the grubber to go all the way down onto the Kingston side of midfield, and another one. After it again, Wong picks up the loose ball. Mike Wong still on his feet as three Indians go by him. Wong able to break tackles and stay upright. Jack Black with the high spiraling kick taken there by Mike Abrams. Abrams starts the other way for the Indians. A tough man to bring down. Abrams, the big prop, moving through. Dorkin with the chip. Severino for Green. Green gets the ball outside the 22 and steps into touch with Scott McLeish draped all over him. So good effort by the Indians here as they have turned the tide offensively.
Both teams really trying to open it up, and it's exciting rugby to watch. There's a reason why these two teams are at the top, and they're opening the play up wide open.
Mike Wade quickly wrapping up his man, Jorge Papadom.
The referee there didn't like the way the ball was put down. In rugby, you must place the ball straight down.
Here's Wade driving toward the line. Barrett helping out. Thompson, the big wearing number 8. The Indians trying to move the ball forward directly in front of the posts.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Ball comes loose. Kingston trying to control. Erickson moves it out. There's the flip out. Pixley can't get it through. The Indians pursuing. Now they go on the offensive again. McLeish dishes that off. But the Kingston Panthers relentless in their defense, not allowing the Indians much forward movement. And now Dave Thompson is going to get some attention from athletic therapist Jess Keller as she goes out, and Thompson would be a huge loss to this Indian side if he were not able to continue.
Yeah, and that's too bad. We see Pixley there, the number 10. It's his job to catch the ball from the scrum half green, clear it out, especially when you're pressured down in your own end. And little mistake by dropping the ball there and resulting in a turnover, and that's crucial. You can't make those mistakes when these two teams are so tight.
So the scrum, it'll be an Indian scrum, 5 meters out. Kingston, pretty staunch in their defending. Coming into this one with just 95 points scored against them as McLeish tries to drive through. Can he get the ball down? He does! Scott McLeish with the try. And the Indians lead it 15-7.
Great try by the Indians there. See McLeish driving through several defenders as we look at it here. Nice low body position, great straight arm, and wonderful touchdown for the try.
Scott McLeish in that scrum half position has been dogged in his pursuit of Kingston ball carriers and moving the ball. Scrum half kind of like a quarterback, getting the ball, distributing it, and making sure that you're able to move downfield and being able to read what the defenses are offering you as well.
Exactly, heads up play to see that hole, and he's a big body for a scrum half, so good for him for taking advantage of that.
And directly in front of the posts, Jason Duff converts. It's now 17-7 with the Indians in control, and Kingston started off with a very quick try, and the Indians coming back with 17 unanswered points.
Oh, they're going to be happy with that. They've done a great job of controlling the pace and mixing things up, and when they've had those holes, they've exposed the Panthers.
And Kingston's offense, they've been able to score 308 points in 7 games, which is so impressive. But the Indians, full marks thus far, 28 minutes in, have really had the Panthers' number.
And it's like you said before in training this week, it's that set piece that they're playing so well. They're defending so well on the set piece.
Picked up there on the kickoff. And the Indians get it all the way out beyond midfield. Here's Mike Wong Jr. Mike Wong trying to get outside. The Indians won't let him. Wong picks up the ball again, but the knock-on called, and Ben Latta, number 12, in some difficulty right at the midfield stripe.
And that's great defense. As the ball gets kicked away from number 9, you have a wall of defenders coming up, and it looked like there's just nowhere for him to go.
There's Wong again.
2 defenders on him. Ball coughs up forward.
Latta hit by his own man, favoring his right shoulder. And that was Johnny Van de Wint that hit Ben Latta just as he was in pursuit of Mike Wong. So the Ottawa scrum. Indians send it down. Jack Black. Van de Wint wraps him up quickly. Ball comes loose. Erickson for Josh Green. Green with the straight arm. Pushed into touch, but the ball remains alive. Erickson, and now the flag lifted, and Erickson moves the ball out. It'll be a line out here for the Indians. And again, just outside the 22, the Indians on the offensive, leading by 10. They certainly want to widen that gap.
Oh, well, they do, absolutely, and that really is coming from their fantastic defense, applying that pressure. Panthers aren't dealing with it well right now.
Just outside the 22. The Panthers, Josh Green, Graham Pixley, and a good kick by Pixley sends Scott Dennis all the way back about 5 meters away from his own 22. Wong wrapping up Dennis right at midfield, and he goes into touch. So this will be a Kingston possession here. The line out will result right at midfield, but great kick there by Pixley to relieve the pressure on the Kingston defense. And in defensive mode, they've got to be a little bit tired 30 minutes in, almost 31 minutes into this first half, because they've been defending a tremendous amount. Give full marks to the Indians. They're really taking the play to the Panthers.
Yep, fatigue setting in now, and what we see is a little bit more tactical movement. Another kick, because they want to gain field position here.
Pixley took a hit just as he got that ball away. Duff moves it out. Van de Wint can't handle it. He knocks that ball on.
Looks like number 10 Pixley in a bit of pain there. Contact as he kicked the ball. He's gotten up.
There's Johnny Van de Wint, scored the first try for the Indians in this one. Jason Duff converted to get the Indians back on even terms as Kingston opened up a quick 7-0 lead on the uncontested try by Josh Green to open up the scoring here in this Eastern Ontario Rugby Union Bardon Division matchup. First place not up for grabs at this one. Kingston will be in first place regardless of the outcome of this one, but this certainly a preview of what some are saying will be the championship match in the EORU.
And it makes it important for both teams, and you're also developing your skills as the game goes on, as the season goes on. This is a big test for both teams.
Big number 4, Chris Barrett. Still in possession of the ball and still on his feet. A tough man to bring down.
Very tough to bring down, and the referee is called playing the ball on the ground against Kingston Panthers, so the Indians will have a penalty towards them.
So Duff, certainly well outside of his range to score on a penalty goal, kicks the ball into touch on the full. It will be a line out for the Ottawa Indians, but Duff really didn't advance the ball much on that particular exchange.
No, he got a little bit of a slice there, and he won't be happy with it. But still Indian ball, so see what they do here.
Hooker Dave Dawson waiting for the ball to be brought back in. Dawson gets it back. And the Ottawa line out. Kevin Werven not liking the way something was lined up, and it's a free kick for Kingston. Number 4, Shane Badley. Badley has the jersey ripped over his head, but he stayed on his feet. Green pitches it out for Pixley. Pixley in for Jamie Benn. Benn drives through. Green again. Flips it off. Trevor Snyder there for Pixley. Erickson lets it roll. And on the bounce, it's scooped up by the Indians, but they're going to call the ball knocked on. And here's a look. Chris Barrett had a tough time bringing Badley down, so take the jersey off him.
There you go. He didn't stop, though. He didn't stop.
Kingston scrum. Josh Green sets the ball in. Badley flips it out for Green. Bounces. Jack Black picks it up. But the Indians pursuing very, very quickly.
Yeah, the Panthers trying to take advantage of that blind side and open it up to give them a little bit more room as they come back right now.
Kingston getting some subs into the match here as Chris Warner is tripped up, flips it out to Jack Black. Josh Green for Pixley. Pixley fakes his attempt, flips it back. Mike Wong can't make a play, just chips it back in. And again, things are getting a little sloppy here now as fatigue starts to set in at the tail end of this first half.
That's absolutely right. We've seen a few drop balls, and not only drop balls, but a few undecisive decisions and the wrong decisions, and that's what's the ball is going back and forth with all the knocks-ons.
So it will be an Ottawa scrum, I believe, just on the Kingston side of center. Scott McLeish rather, has the ball in his hands, and referee Kevin Werven instructing the two sides to set up.
We can notice that on the Panther side, Mike Wong has gone back to the fullback 15 position. Hopefully be more of an attacking threat from back there.
Barrett look to dish off to McLeish. Ball comes out. Here's McLeish, and another whistle here. Penalty called, and now pushing and shoving ensues as Josh Green and his numerical counterpart Scott McLeish begin to dance.
That's a great stick by Josh Green. It was a clean hit, and it's good to see that the penalty was called the right way.
Big hit just as McLeish was getting that, and I guess Green took exception to having the jersey pulled over his head. That ball kicked into touch on the full, and it will be a line out for the Kingston Panthers about 10 meters outside the Ottawa 22. So, a little less than 3 minutes remaining on unofficial time. Kevin Werven will more than likely add 2, maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think there's about 3 minutes of extra time need to be added due to conflict and the injuries, and only his clock will tell.
On the line out, Barrett moves the ball out. Kingston controls. Ruck forms. Green flips it out for Pixley. Pixley to Erickson. Erickson trying to get around Van de Wint, gets it back for Pixley. Pixley still on his feet. Taken down there. Alan Miller able to trip him up. Ball flipped out. Green just grubs it down inside the 22. Duff picks it up, and play called once again. Kevin Werven not liking the way things have transpired. There will be a penalty here against the Indians, and it's going against Dave Thompson.
That's
and
right.
It's going to be a free kicks here, so the Kingston Panthers will more than likely kick the ball into touch on the full, get the line out inside the Ottawa Indians 22, and go with the set piece from there.
Yep, referee calling coming in from the side. You can't do that when you're on defense. You must enter the ruck through the gates, as we like to say in rugby, and that's straight on.
Oh, Green's kick goes into touch on the full, but just inside the 22. Certainly, the Panthers would have preferred to be a little closer to the try line.
And I think that Josh Green's capable of getting a little more distance on that kick. He'll be disappointed with it because he is a very skilled player.
No doubt. There's Josh Green. You see him. And if he remains healthy, you'll see him the entire 80. Right off the line out. Ruck forms. Chris Pratt out there, number 13, tried to sneak around the blind side. Another push there by Trevor Snyder. Big number 4, Shane Badley with it. Badley moves the maul a little closer to the Ottawa try line. Green for Pixley. Pixley went for David Cameron, as it looked as if the Kingston Panthers might try to take it wide, but they elected to go back to the middle of the pitch. There's a flip out for Jason Duff. Duff tried to get it back. Scooped up there by Dennis. Dennis remains on his feet. Flipped around. Loose ball. Wong can't make it, and a knock-on called.
And again, it's that Indian defense that was just, they're not going away. Their tackles are strong. They're coming up and taking the player with the ball.
And in light of the fact that Kingston scored so early and so easily, do you think that the Panthers are a little surprised by the effort that the Indians have put forth since?
I think they're stunned right now. Absolutely, they don't know which way to go, because every time they come up, whether it's on the open side or blind side, they have this wall of Ottawa colors faced at them.
And we're into added time now. Werven will more than likely add 2 to 3 minutes of extra time to this first half. Green sets the ball in, and Werven not impressed with what he saw. Penalty called against Kingston. And here's Wade. Big Mike Wade drives through. Alan Miller tries it with some help from Mike Abrams. Erickson for Kingston. Looking to move the ball further. And again, penalty called against the Indians. Johnny Van de Wint, the culprit, and questioning the call.
Yeah, that's right. Well, as Kingston attacks, hit the deck, you need to allow, as a defender, the offensive player to put the ball on the ground and give him some time to do that. So the defense, the Indians have been called for hands in the ruck.
And Kevin Werven. There's the hands in right there. Van de Wint right over Carl Erickson.
That's right. There has to be an opportunity for the attacker to place the ball on the ground, and that is a new rule this year, and it's going to take some time for the players to adjust to it.
Green sends the ball into touch on the full. Line out again, about 8 meters outside the Ottawa Indians 22. So with added time ticking away here at the tail end of the first half, the Indians defense is going to be called upon for another big stand, and that will give them all kinds of momentum going into the dressing room for the break.
No, they'll take that confidence into the dressing room and bring it into the second half, and as the Panthers attack here, they're really going to want to put points, whether it's a field goal or a try. They're going to want to put points on the board.
Ball sent in, and the maul moves toward the Ottawa 22. They get it inside, and again, Kevin Werven not particularly pleased with the way things went. On the Kingston side of the ball, and a penalty called, Ottawa will take over possession. They try to take it out wide here and catch Kingston napping. The Panthers are all in one area. If they can get numbers out the right side, it might be advantageous to them to get another try before the end of the half.
And as we see
but that is not going to happen.
That's right.
There's a young fan here at Twin Elm Rugby Park, certainly enjoying the fact that the Ottawa Indians lead by 10, 17-7 at halftime. You're watching the Eastern Ontario Rugby Union on Rogers TV. 17-7 in this EORU Bardon division. I guess what could be a classic, with the Indians up by 10. Dan Mooney alongside Rob Turk, and Rob, that guy, Josh Green, opened up with probably the easiest try he's ever going to score. But then the Ottawa Indians answered back with 17 unanswered points.
Yeah, it was a real easy try. He's not going to get another one that simple in his career. But that was maybe the knock in the face that the Indians needed to wake up. And since then, it has been nothing but Ottawa Indians.
It really sets up well for a great second half. The Kingston Panthers well in first place in the Bardon division with 35 points, 13 points ahead of the Indians coming into this one. The Indians just won't go away. Defensively, they've been very, very strong, and that man, Jason Duff, with the ball right now, has done some wonderful kicking to give these Indians a 10-point lead going into the second half. I think this really lends itself and sets itself up for a great final 20 minutes.
It sets us up for a great final 20 minutes, and things to look for now are the tactical kicking. Every mistake made can be capitalized and will have a result in the final score. So teams are going to look to tighten up now.
Did you see that play by Mike Wong to ride the touch line and then just knew he was going to go out, so he just threw the ball back and ran out, get back into the field of play. But the Indians, again, in pursuit, relentless in their pursuit of the ball in this one. In the first half, it's number 19, Alex Norman. Chips that one down, and Green marked it about 3 meters out. Here's a play by Mike Wong. Rides the line, knows he's going out.
Oh.
Tosses the ball back to keep it alive.
And he's a very skilled player, and we'll see as the ball gets kicked back down there. We can't see it now, but he's the one who made the tackle downfield as well. So very skilled player, heads up play.
Johnny Vandewint getting some attention as Jeremy Irving claws the ball out. Interesting play there by Alan Miller. Tried to chip the ball further down as Vandewint gets some attention to his left shoulder from athletic therapist Jess Keller. And thankfully play is centered away from the area where Vandewint is getting medical attention as referee Kevin Werven goes over to have a look and see exactly what kind of treatment and how quickly Vandewint is going to be able to get to his feet.
That's right, and that's one of the aspects of the game of rugby is play does go on, and the trainer does run onto the field while play goes on, and you hope that nothing, the play doesn't infringe on the player who's down, but looks like he's up and back in the play.
They call him Thunder. Former Carlton Raven, and played some rugby league in Australia for Coffs Harbour at one point. 2007.
Rugby league is a game of very big men, so he's used to crashing the ball up, and there's no mistake why he's back up and playing.
Long line out. One there by the Panthers, right at their own 22. Mitch Kostra down there as these rucks form. Pixley dumps it out, relieves some pressure. Here's Duff. Duff moves that one out. Lovely chip up there. Badley. Here's Badley lumbering to the 10-meter line. Rumbles, bumbles, and stumbles all that way with a good run of about 15 yards, and no doubt Badley's going to be a little winded after that. Very slow getting to his feet.
Has great support by the Panthers to get up behind him and move forward.
Ball picked up there. Mitch Kostra. Kostra loses control. Indians trying to maintain possession. They get it out. Shepard just chips it down, then takes a hit. Here's Graham Pixley sending the ball deep. Duff after it. Ball's picked up there by number 11, Steve Dorkin. Dorkin out for Jason Duff. Duff cutting back into the middle of the pitch. Irving for Dawson. One of his few touches other than with his feet from the hooker position. Dawson been quiet. Normand. Alex Normand kicks it back to the Kingston 22. Here's Mike Wong. Wong sends it down, and now kicking becoming a huge portion of this second half. We haven't seen this much kicking with these two teams, and now they're just sending it back and forth.
And that's what we talked about the second half with the game so close. The tactical kicking is going to become a real factor here.
Here's the Indians. Irving with a good kick. Wong flipping it back out for Josh Green, and Green sends that one back onto the Indian side.
There'll be no kicking from this big man. He's going to want to take it up.
That's Mike Abrams, the big prop. Irving wrapped up immediately. Taken down by Badley. Again, Kingston. Wally McMillan out there trying to make a play. Badley with the ball being batted about. Here's Mike Wong cutting through. Great speed through the middle. Here's Mike Wong trying to make a move. Hits the chip and takes the hit from Duff. Ball's loose. Picked up by the Panthers. Can they touch it down? They do! You talked about the tactical kicking game and the Panthers using it to perfection to get the try. It's 17-12.
And during this tactical kicking, we hear a great shot from Wong to set up player number 16. And that is Justin Smith. And he's going over for the try. Oh, and there we go.
It's number 7, Trevor Snyder, getting credit for the try. Making it 17-12 for the Indians. But Kingston claws their way back as Trevor Snyder gets the try. And Josh Green with the ball directly in front of the uprights has a chip shot to convert.
And as we see these two teams kick back and forth, the Indians have to remember that when they're kicking the ball, it's probably going back to Mike Wong Jr. there, and we saw what he can do with the ball. So they're going to want to be hesitant and make sure they know where they're kicking the ball and keep it out of his arms.
And that was a perfect example of the quickness and the blinding speed that Wong possesses. That ball goes through, and it's now 17-14. The Indians lead cut down to 3, but a perfect example of Mike Wong using his speed to the advantage of the Kingston Panthers.
And that's absolutely what he did there. He's a very skilled player. And when that ball's in his hands, he makes things happen. Wonderful, wonderful setup for the try.
Calm down and go back to what we're doing.
17-14. And we talked, there's a look at Mike Wong, our man of the match in the Panthers' 46-20 victory over the Irish earlier this season. 2 tries and 2 converts. In a relief role, actually, Josh Green had to be taken out of the game, so Wong moved into the scrum half position and ended up really being of some benefit to the Panthers.
Our ball, boys, let's go!
And versatility a key. Wong has that in spades. There's a nice move there by David Cameron. Went to the right, turned back, and went back to the left. But again, tight defending. Irving flips it out. Thompson for Dennis, and he couldn't handle it.
That was just a little too hot to handle, but a beautiful setup by the Indians, and they'll be disappointed for knocking that one on because they're giving the ball back to the Panthers, who have been keeping momentum.
There's the quick hit, and Dennis in full flight, just unable to hang on to the ball. So the scrum here, it will be a Kingston scrum. And with the Indians hanging on to a 3-point advantage, we really are being treated to a great match here. The class of the Bardon division, first division, the best rugby in the Eastern Ontario area. And these two sides not giving an inch, and it's going against the Indians here. It'll be a free kick and a penalty awarded to Kingston as Shane Badley has battled all day for these Panthers and maybe feeling the heat a little here.
The referee there just calling offside, a little too eager while trying to knock that ball down that Josh Green tried to kick.
Green will have that one go off the side of his foot into touch on the full. And it'll be a line out here for the Kingston Panthers as they move out of a defensive position as the Indians kept the play centered around the Kingston 22.
Yeah, it seems that the Panthers have started to settle things down. They're going to want to control the pace of the game and make some of those tactical kicks to secure field advantage.
It's Chris Warner. Warner still with it. Indians gain possession. Abrams tries to move the wall. Irving for Wade. Wade in for Shepard. Shepard with a good run. Back for Wade, flipping it out. And again, the Indians using their power up the middle. Shepard tries to sidestep a couple of tackles, wrapped up there by Trevor Snyder. Ball comes loose again. Irving for Normand. Normand can't advance. Ball picked up by Abrams at the 22. Sorry, Rob.
Sorry. No, Indians doing a great job of keeping possession. And they're at every ruck with great support, and it looks like they're really challenging here.
And Stuart Mackay able to get the ball. Normand moves it out for Barrett. Barrett inside 5 meters out. It's Papadom. Jorge Papadom at the line. They can't get it down. Ball comes loose. Kingston controlling. Wong. And no call. Finally, the whistle blows. And Werven is going to give the Indians a 5-meter scrum.
Yeah, and the Indians are going to be really happy with the way that set piece came out and moved into phase play. There must have been 12 hit-ups in that phase, and really, really impressive. And they got the ball back, looking to score here.
The Indians led by 10 at the half. The lead now 3 as a result of one Kingston try. And it was converted. The ball is in. It's out. Dennis trying to get it through. Can he get it through? He does! And the Indians now lead by 8 with the conversion to come. Great work by the big men up front by the Indians, pushing Dennis and getting the ball over the line. There it is. The 5-meter scrum instrumental in this play.
Absolutely, and you can see the big scrum of the Indians pushing the ball forward, and then using that blind side, they really exploit it with a one-on-one. Touching it down for the try. Great try, Indians.
22-14. And Jason Duff getting set to convert. He'll use his natural right to left swing and try to get the wind to help bring it back. Duff with the kick. It doesn't matter how, as long as it goes through, and Duff sent that one spiraling over the bar between the posts, and it's now 24-14. The Indians' 10-point lead restored.
You bet. It sure wasn't a pretty kick, and a couple chuckles by Duff there as he ran back, but still 2 points. They'll be happy with it.
24-14. And we're just 13 and a half minutes into the second half. Really, this trading tries since the break has done wonderful things for setting up the final 20 minutes of this one. Kingston, not accustomed to being in this position, coming into this match with 7 wins, completely undefeated. The Indians trying to knock the Kingston Panthers off their perch. It won't knock them out of first place, but it'll certainly set the stage for things later down the road this season.
And it's going to be key for Kingston here to keep their composure, not get frustrated, stay patient, and work their game plan.
Fire! 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 Fire!
The Indians continuing to push, and with 25 and a half left to go here in the second half, you begin to wonder just how much more both sides have left in the tank.
And I think we're going to find that out, as you say, in the last 20 minutes here. The good teams always play, and those good players play well when the game matters. And it's going to be interesting to see how this one shapes up.
Indians scrum. Jeremy Irving sets it in. Irving flips it out. Shepard, nice quick hit for Duff, and Duff has some room. A wonderful run by Jason Duff, forcing Wong back inside his own 22. Mike Wong for the Kingston Panthers, looking for some room outside, and a wonderful move to get around Vandewen. Wong with the chip. A tremendous run. Irving sidesteps a tackle from Wong. Moves it up and then is wrapped up by Ram Severino. But two great runs. Duff one way for the Indians, and then Mike Wong back the other for the Kingston Panthers.
And it's been this way the whole game, back and forth.
Yep, go ahead. Here's the run by Duff on a quick flip from Shepard, finding some room up the middle. Haven't seen much of that this afternoon.
Haven't seen much space like that, but the chip goes through, and probably the wrong guy you want to chip it to. Wong there is pretty talented and moves the ball back into the Indians' half.
Kingston throw in just on the Indian side of midfield. Josh Green for Graham Pixley. Pixley goes back the other way. David Cameron cutting back. Cameron at the Indians' 10-meter line. Irving flips that one out. Has to get some help. Snyder wrapping up his man very, very quickly as the ruck moves 5 meters outside the Indians' 22.
It's just another example of great defense by the Indians. Always on the ball as soon as it hits the deck. And that's been a success story for them today.
More tactical kicking by the Indians to relieve the pressure. And here's Mike Wong, right back the other way for Kingston. Duff has it rolled right inside the 22. Duff kicks it into touch on the full. So it'll be an Indians line out here. And Duff thought it was going to be an Indians lineup, and he was definitely disappointed at the call. He figured that he was inside the 22 before he got the kick away. But referee Kevin Werven disagreeing, and I guess it's Werven's call ultimately. It's going to prevail.
It's ultimately the referee's call, and he will be happy that he did relieve some of the pressure, though.
Right off the throw in, Warner carries, and the maul moves on the Indian side of midfield to the 10-meter line. Warner flipping that out for Green, and Green again has it roll into touch. So it'll be an Indians line out here.
Once again, that defense coming up big for the Indians, and another turnover ball.
And we could have some substitutions as Pat Delaney, number 18 for the Indians, could get set to come in as Dave Dawson comes out from the hooker position. And it looks like it's Mike Wade that has moved into the hooker spot for this scrum in Dave Dawson's stead. Irving, Shepard, Vandewen tried the quick hit. Kingston right there, answer. Irving had a nice run, and a call going against Kingston.
And that call is for intentionally knocking the ball down, and you get away with one of those in the game of rugby. If that happens again, someone will be going to sin bin.
And that ball kicked out into touch on the full, so it'll be a line out now with the Indians converging on the Kingston Panthers 22. They lead by 10, and we're just about into the crucial final 20 minutes
Panthers are really going to want to get something going here, get out of their end, maybe make a few of those tactical kicks rather, and get the ball in the hands of their speedy guys outside.
Wade with the throw in, trying to get some help. Matt Norton into the game as a lock. Ball scooped up. The Indians, Irving went wide, decided to go blind, and then dropped it off as he was stepping into touch. So fake to the wide side, and Jeremy Irving decided to go blind, but I think the rest of his side might have been in exactly the same position because they weren't quite sure where he was.
Now, he found a little bit of space there, but so did the Kingston Panthers, and they closed that up pretty quickly.
Norton on the line out. And going to result in a penalty against Kingston. And do they kick a goal here?
Well, I think it looks like they're going for goal here. You're in the lead. That's what you want to do. Control the game. Take a break. Get your big guys a little bit of a break. Grab some water and put some points on the board.
And Jason Duff will attempt a kick at goal to widen the gap to 13. And it'll take 2 converted tries for Kingston to regain an advantage. This crucial points on this penalty goal attempt by Jason Duff.
There's a lot of pressure on this kick, but he has been in this position before earlier on in the game and strike 2 great shots over the post, so should be routine for him by now.
Duff moves the ball back out to about 3 meters beyond the 22. Be about a 31 meter kick on the angle, and he will be kicking into the breeze with his right to left swirl. There's the ball, it's up and it's wide right, and Wong has that one go through the end zone, and that will come all the way out. So Duff missing his second penalty goal of this match, not being able to convert on his first, hitting the upright. And those 6 points could loom large.
They could come back to haunt him.
Here's a good run by Irving. Irving with some speed on the outside. Brought down.
It looks like the referee's called a high tackle on the Panthers. You got to keep that tackle below the shoulders. Kind of got up into the neck there, and that's going to be a penalty against them once again.
So does Duff try it again from the same spot?
After a kick like that, it's very challenging. Once you miss one, to take the same kick again. I think they're going to kick for the corner and go for the lineout that has been working for them all day.
Duff kicks it into touch on the full, and the lineout will ensue. Excuse me. About 10 meters out. And the Indians on the attack. And the substitution into the game comes number 18, Pat Delaney. And coming out, number 11, Steve Dorkin, who has gone 60-plus minutes. Or make that number 7, Alan Miller. Miller, again, gone 60-plus minutes, right on the inside where the majority of the traffic has been.
Yeah, he's played a great game, and along with the rest of the pack, and looks like they're charging right now down deep in their red zone.
And perhaps they want to get a little more muscle in their front row.
Roll again, Nate. Come on.
Quick wrap up there, and both sides looking for some direction from referee Kevin Wervin.
And we see the call is knock on against the Indians, so we have another turnover in the red zone for the Indians, so the Panthers ball.
There's Alan Miller on your right, and other members of the Indians' entourage as the Indians press, leading by 10 against the undefeated Kingston Panthers. 7 games, 7 wins, 308 points for, just 95 against coming into this match. And the Indians have given them everything that they can handle. Wervin doesn't like the way things worked out there, and free kick awarded to Kingston as Badley moves the ball back out to the Panthers 22. Josh Green, Pixley. Kingston has numbers out wide. Here's a great run, Erickson. Carl Erickson flips that one back. A great run by Cameron. Can he get in? No! Stopped up there. This time, Mike Wong takes it in. And Kingston back within 5 with the convert to come.
There's that number 11 everywhere. Wonderful run by number 12, and look at this offload, the speed by number 15, David Cameron. And as we can see, the pursuit.
Scott Dennis, great job bringing Cameron down, but Mike Wong there to help out.
This guy is all over the field, scoring tries, making tackles, countering, and what a wonderful job he's done this afternoon.
24-19, and Josh Green set to attempt this extra point, or this conversion. It'll be an extra 2 and make this a 3-point game with less than 15 to go.
Oh, you called it. You said it was going to be exciting last 20 minutes, and this is what it's shaping up to be. Who knows who's going to take this one, but this is going to be a fun last 10 minutes to watch.
Green's kick is through. So 24-21. Kingston into this one, tough, and the Indian supporters saying hard luck on that last exchange. Was that hard luck, or was that a series of mistakes that led to the try?
Well, I think that's a series of mistakes and just pure talent from the champions or the leaders so far, Panthers. They got speed and they got size, and I don't know about hard luck.
Okay, Duff on the restart. Sends it up, and great hang time on the kick. And as soon as the Panthers touched the ball, the Indians were right there to meet them. Green for Pixley. Pixley trying to get it to the outside, wrapped up by Duncan Shepard, his numerical counterpart.
Stu, you all right?
The referee just calling an offside on the Indians, and they've been pretty good this afternoon, so maybe it's fatigue coming into play, but they're going to want to tighten that up.
Here's Josh Green. And some members of the Ottawa Irish enjoying their 32-20 victory earlier against the Bytown Blues, which firmly entrenches them in 3rd place. And the way things are going, you'd think that with only 4 teams making the playoffs, they're going to come up against this Indian side. But the Indians are certainly going to have all kinds of momentum moving into the postseason, and they would do themselves a huge service here with a victory over the undefeated Kingston Panthers.
Absolutely. This puts them further from the Irish with a win here, and the name of the game is confidence going into the playoffs, and if they can win this the way and dominate the way they have been, they'll be very happy. But so far, we got a tight game on our hands.
And it will be an Indian scrum, just the Indian side of midfield. And the Indians have been able to answer successfully every response by this Kingston Panthers side thus far. Jeremy Irving out there looking for some help from Dougal Topshee, number 17, out there with a push. Ruck's form, Irving, Shepard, Normand driving through. And Stuart Mackay said that the Indians wanted to use the power into the middle, but then tactical kicking took over at the beginning of the second half, and both teams have opened things up and have moved away from the power game up the middle.
That's right, and we saw the last try by Kingston. It wasn't because they kicked the ball down their own end, tactically speaking. They just ran it, and they just had more speed, and now we see both teams opening it up, as you say, both sides of the ruck.
Number 16, that's Justin Smith out there for Kingston. Drops it off for Jamie Benn. Warner takes a hit there from Jeremy Irving, and he was unable to catch up to the ball, and a free kick awarded to Kingston, and Josh Green starts away. Green for the Panthers. Flipped off for Pixley. Pixley wrapped up there. Badly tries to move the ball forward, and how quickly things change. Not 30 seconds ago, we were at the Kingston 22 with the Indians pressing, and now the Panthers press. And that ball, something called there. Referee Kevin Werven right there, and awarding a free kick, the penalty, ball knocked on.
The referee wasn't happy with that pursuit by the Panthers as the kick. As we see here, the kick goes through, and you have Mike Wong giving a little push on the back of the Indians player, and that was the call that led to the penalty.
Then the ball knocked on, and into the match comes Lane Tennant, number 16, the veteran of the rugby wars for the Indians. Tennant has been around forever. Out there, number 16.
And they're going to rely on his leadership and experience to calm the team down and move that ball up the field.
An assistant coach with the Indians, Fabio Romano, the head man. But Tennant moves in. Van de Wint on the line out for Irving. Out for Shepard, and Shepard with the kick, having that roll into touch. So it'll be a Kingston possession here on the line out. And time ticking away into the final 7.5. As you look at Dave Thompson, the injured man. Thompson, our player to watch at the top of the show. Certainly in some difficulty now, and hurting every muscle in his body, more than likely in some level of difficulty now with the humidity and just the fitness level that's required in order to last 80 minutes at this level.
Absolutely, and it's never easy in any sport to be on the sidelines, especially as a leader on your team, and watch your team battle in the last few minutes of the game. Tight game.
And call going against the Kingston Panthers. And Irving moving the ball forward, and the spot will come about 5 meters inside the Kingston 10-meter line. And here is Duncan Shepard sending that into touch on the full. So the line out will come all the way back just inside the 22 once again. Not unfamiliar territory for these Indians, as you see some of the folks really enjoying a beautiful day and a great match between the Indians and the Kingston Panthers here on the stadium pitch at Twin Elm Rugby Park in Richmond. The Indians continue to press. Irving flips it out. Shepard. Van de Wint has that pass intercepted there. Cameron makes a couple of moves, and another great run inside by the Kingston Panthers. And again, ball knocked on. And it will be a scrum here for the Ottawa Indians. There's Van de Wint and Cameron with great presence of mind in amid all kinds of traffic.
great heads-up play by Cameron, and he has the speed to break away from his defenders, as we saw in the last try. Unfortunately, hit the ground and a little knock on there.
Right at the Kingston 10-meter line. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining in unofficial time as Irving presses forward. The Indians lead this by 3. The Kingston Panthers coming into this one undefeated, 7-0. Is this the day?
Well, it certainly looks that way, and we have another penalty against Kingston for hands in the ruck. So the Indians are doing exactly what they want to do at this point, control the flow of the game, the pace of the game, and they're going to look to put some points on the board here.
People paid for the entire seat, but they're only using the edge in this one. And the kick into touch on the full will result in a line out for the Indians. Inside 4 minutes of unofficial time remaining. And is that a yellow card issued?
That's a yellow card that's come out, and it's against the Panthers, and the referee put his hand up, and that was for saying something inappropriate. So I guess a little losing the cool a little bit, and a yellow card has been awarded against Kingston.
At the far end of the field, difficult to get a name. So it's inside the 22, a free kick. And it looks like Jason Duff is going to kick at goal and force Kingston to convert a try to win.
Oh, that'll be it, Dave. He wants another shot to put this game away.
Dave Thompson, ice on the knee, in a tremendous amount of pain. You know that he'd want to be in there for the final 3 or 4 minutes of this one, but it's only because he can't that he is on the sidelines. Jason Duff moves the ball outside the 22 for a better angle. Just outside the 22. Duff missed 2 penalty goals already in this one. Gets the kick up, and it's through. Duff is good. So the lead now 6, forcing the Kingston Panthers to score a converted try to get past the Indians.
And all the Panthers could do is watch there, and they took a untidy penalty. You can't speak to the referee once he's made his call. And that went back, and that hurt him.
A great kick by Jason Duff makes it 27-21. And Kingston forced to kick the ball away. That's got to go 10 meters. That's scooped up quickly by the Kingston Panthers.
We see Josh Green there trying to be a little too fancy, wanting to kick the ball just 10 meters to give his chance to get the ball back, but not putting enough on it, and now the Indians in a great attacking position in the middle of the field.
You start thinking about man of the match. Rob Turk, who are you looking at this one?
Well, I think certainly on the Panthers and Kingston's end, we've been very, very impressed by the fullback, Mike Wong Jr. He's played an incredible game.
But for the Indians,
I think that Irvin's done a wonderful job of
coming into play scrum half in relief of Scott McLeish.
And that's not easy to do, to come into a game that's this high tempo, that means so much. And he's done some brilliant, brilliant pieces of play with the ball and on defense.
And again, penalty against the Ottawa Indians as Kingston attempts to move forward. Trevor Snyder, who has 1 try in this one. Kingston needs a try and a convert. Pixley flips it out for Erickson. Wong for Cameron. Cameron cutting back inside with another good run. Cameron to Josh Green inside the Ottawa 22. Kingston pressing inside 30 seconds left in unofficial time. McMillan Jamie Benn can't get it through. The Indians faithful screaming instructions from the stands here at the stadium pitch. They know what's at stake. Here's Wong for Cameron. Cameron takes it out wide, and that ball looking for a knock-on. Big hit.
Intentional block. I hit him. I didn't block.
Right at the end, Dennis against Graham Pixley. Here's Pixley with the hit on Dennis. Dennis not even going for the ball, but Pixley not wanting to take any chances.
And perhaps that's just a little frustration coming out by Pixley. Tight game right at the end, and he's going to be frustrated that was a knock-on. They're looking to score there.
Into added time now, and it wouldn't appear that there's going to be a lot of added time tacked on to this match. Perhaps 2 minutes as the Indians trying to hang on here. Irving scoops it up. Van de Wint can't get it through. The Indians content to move the ball up the middle. Dougal Topshe gets it out. Here's a nice run. Barrett gets it back. Trying to move it in. Trying to hang on. Mike Wong stops the big man at the try line. Whoa! What an effort by Mike Wong. By the Indians, Chris Barrett desperately hanging on, looking for the try. What a play.
Incredible. We'll see a second and third effort, and Wong again refusing to give up on the big man, number 4.
So it'll be a 5-meter scrum, and the Indians have moved the field position all the way down into the Kingston end, and added time ticking away on the undefeated season for the Panthers. But don't go anywhere. Things happen so quickly.
That's right. It's been back and forth all game, and here's Irving. Nice moves.
Irving back inside. Big hit on Shepard. The ball a meter out. The Indians looking to get the ball down. It's in. Lane Tennant touches down for the try. And this one has to be over.
You look at the Indian players on the sidelines, and they are happy. Players on the field, they know this one's over. And wow, what a big win. First loss coming up, potentially, of the season for Kingston.
32-21 with the convert to come. Here's the run. Lane Tennant, the veteran.
There he is. We said that he'd bring his veteran experience, and he has done that in a big way.
So Jason Duff isn't going to get a better opportunity to put it through. 34-21, the lead 13. And this one's over. The Ottawa Indians have tamed the giant. The Kingston Panthers coming into this one undefeated. And the Ottawa Indians hand them their lunch. A 34-21 victory. Man of the match. Final thoughts.
Well, we've both been really impressed the way Jeremy Irvin for the Indians came in. He controlled the ball. His skills were excellent in his passing, his kicking, and he is really a keynote to watch during that second half. And I think on the flip end of the side, we were really very impressed with Mike Wong. He did everything. We saw that last tackle that he made. He's on offense, he's on defense, and wonderful scores from him. Fun guy to watch.
The final, 34-21. The Indians get closer to the first place Kingston Panthers, and the Panthers lose their first match of the season. We'll be back with our man of the match. You're watching the Eastern Ontario Rugby Union on Rogers TV.